Hello y'all. Today with Opulux Designs, I'm going to be showing you how to create your very own high-end succulent planter with a few simple supplies. You'll need an open face glass planter. These are mainly found in the crafts and floral sections of Michael's and Walmart, but I'll be sure to provide the Amazon link as well. To achieve the layers that we want, we'll be using some small rocks or pebbles. You'll also need some dry foam, which is also known as floral foam. You'll need some sand and also some soil. Um, Using fresh soil would be a better look, so choose wisely. The plant display will consist of some faux succulents, some green moss, a string of pearls, and all permanently binded together with some resin. So as we get into the assembly process, you're going to gather together your resin and your sand and mix them part by part, little by little. You're going to press them to the sides of the planter, slowly and surely working it into motion to make sure that it's building up an actual layer. So from the inside, it's a little hollow, but from the outside, it looks like a very thick layer. When you're done patting down the sand, you want to go ahead and get your semicircle dry foam ball and place that in the center. And what's that actually going to do is actually take up some space and allow it to not be as heavy, because the products that we're using are actually going to be heavy once we finish mixing it with the resin. So you add your next layer on top of the sand and around the styrofoam ball, and you slowly add some resin to the soil mix as well. It may not fully saturate the soil, but as we work it in with our hands and spread it, it will distribute eventually. So our main focus here is basically making sure that the layer is thick enough so on the outside it does actually have an even layer that goes all the way around. And then we're going to get it to look wet, so we're just going to add a little bit of water, and that's going to get it to settle. What this is going to do with the resin added is going to really solidify it, and it's going to keep the display looking wet for a very, very, very long time. So once we have our soil patted down, we're going to go ahead and add our pebbles to the perimeter right on top of the soil, while also trying to avoid the center, so that way we have an easy time putting in our succulent picks. So just keep building up your layer and making sure that everything is evenly distributed. And then we're just going to go ahead and take our resin and drizzle it over the top. Adding that layer of resin over the rocks will allow it to seep down into the soil and into the sand. And this will help all the materials bind together for a permanent setting. Another good attribute for using the resin is that it'll help um, the display look like it's wet, like it's just been watered. So it'll help it pass as a real plant versus it being a faux one. After we finish drizzling the resin over the rocks, we're going to take our heat gun and just take it across the perimeter to get the resin to seep down just a little bit more. And then we're going to start assembling our succulent picks. We're strategically choosing to put the taller ones in the back simply because of how this open face planter is made. It is open at an angle, so I want the taller succulents to be at the highest point of the back. Be sure to pick colorful pieces. Don't use all solid green. That's boring. And just get creative. If you go in a size order, it will look more presentable. It won't be too cluttered on the eye, and it'll give everything an even display. So as we finish putting in these final pieces, make sure you fill in any gaps with the smaller succulents and with moss so that you can't see any of the green styrofoam underneath. And that way it gives it a nice, authentic look. We're going to take our string of pearls and just stick those in there, and these will permanently set in since we're letting it touch the resin. And I suggest using 2 on each side because it gives it such a full look. Enjoy! So I want you guys to see what my finished product looks like on a console table. And here we have it. It is absolutely gorgeous, and what absolutely makes it stand out is the 2.5 feet long string of pearls. They're stunning. So, this is my high-end succulent planter. I really hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and let me see y'all when y'all get done. Thanks.